Welcome to The Explainer. So today, we're diving straight into something that literally affects every single one of us, our money. We're going to unpack the absolute blueprint for financial freedom by looking at 10 habits for lasting wealth. And the best part? We're taking everyday run-of-the-mill spending habits and flipping them into an actual engine for lasting wealth. You really don't need a finance degree to get this. Just stick with me through the slides we've built. Let's jump right in.
Okay, here is our roadmap. We'll start with the spending habit problem. Then, build your financial foundation, plug your money leaks, develop smarter daily spending habits, and finally, wrap up with grow your lasting wealth.
So kicking things off with Section 1, the spending habit problem. We really need to redefine your financial hurdle here.
Before we even think about building wealth, we've got to challenge a huge assumption that so many of us walk around with. We often think we're living paycheck to paycheck just because we don't make enough money, right? But let me ask you this directly. What if you could save an extra $500 to $1,000 every single month? Seriously, think about how that would totally change your stress levels and your options. And here's the kicker. The data we're looking at today proves you can actually pull this off without taking on some exhausting second job and without giving up the stuff you actually love. It's completely achievable.
And this quote right here, it hits the nail on the head. Most Americans don't have a money problem, they have a spending habit problem. Wow, that is a massive paradigm shift. It means the real hurdle isn't necessarily your salary, it's how you manage those sneaky behavioral habits that are quietly draining your wallet every single day. Because once you finally realize that the habits are the real culprit, well then, you can actually fix them.
All right, moving into Section 2, build your financial foundation. It's all about control and automation.
What's fascinating about this next phase is we're zooming out to tackle those big structural habits. Look, this isn't about skipping your morning latte. This is about taking absolute top-down control of your money so your finances basically run on autopilot. And step 1 is setting up a monthly budget using the absolute gold standard, the 50-30-20 rule. So 50% of your income covers your absolute needs, like rent and groceries. 30% is for your wants, the fun stuff. And that last 20%, that is strictly locked in for savings and investing. A budget isn't meant to restrict you, it's just a tool to give every single dollar a job before it ever leaves your pocket.
Once you've got those dollars assigned, you get to use one of the absolute best tricks wealthy people rely on: automating your savings. Seriously, just set up an automatic transfer from checking to savings every single payday. The golden rule here is to save first and then spend whatever's left. Whether it's $100 a week or just 50, consistency completely beats perfection. By putting it on autopilot, you remove the temptation to spend that cash because honestly, you never even see it in your checking account.
Now, all this saving brings us to a very specific magic number, 3 to 6. You absolutely need to stockpile 3 to 6 months of living expenses into an emergency fund. This is the financial bedrock, the safety net that stops you from sliding backward when life inevitably decides to throw a massive wrench in your plans.
Because, let's face it, unexpected expenses happen to literally everyone. Car repairs, medical bills, that random home maintenance issue. When you've got that 3 to 6 months buffered up, these things downgrade from major financial disasters into just minor inconveniences. And most importantly, it keeps you from swiping a high-interest credit card just to bail yourself out, which is a trap that absolutely destroys wealth.
Let's jump into Section 3, plug your money leaks. We're talking quick and easy wins.
So with the big structural budget locked in, it's time to hunt down those low-effort, high-reward money leaks. Plugging these gives you immediate financial momentum and literally puts cash back in your pocket today. I highly encourage you to take just 5 minutes after this explainer, pull up your bank statement, and look for the usual suspects. How many unused subscriptions are you paying for? We're talking redundant streaming apps, that gym membership you haven't touched since January, or random software you forgot about. Cancel anything on this list that isn't adding real, tangible value to your life. Boom, you just gave yourself an instant raise.
And here's another incredibly easy win. Literally just ask for a discount. Call your internet provider, your auto insurance, your cell phone carrier. Just ask them directly if they have any current promos or loyalty discounts. You would be absolutely mind-blown by how often these companies will slash your monthly bill just because you took 3 minutes to pick up the phone and ask.
Moving right along to Section 4, smarter daily spending habits, mastering your day-to-day choices.
Okay, so the big structural stuff is fixed and the leaks are plugged. Now we're zooming way into the micro level. These day-to-day choices are where tiny daily actions snowball into massive yearly results. Just look at this comparison. The average person blows thousands of dollars every single year eating out. But if you flip the script, say making coffee at home and cooking dinner just 4 or 5 nights a week, you end up pocketing hundreds of dollars a month. It definitely doesn't mean you can never enjoy a restaurant again. It just means shifting your default habit toward home cooking to unlock some serious savings. To really master those daily choices, you've got to use the 24-hour rule. This is a brilliant, super simple psychology trick to totally short-circuit those non-essential impulse buys. Here's how it works. Step 1. Before buying anything you don't actually need, you force yourself to wait 24 hours. Step 2. You'll notice that the massive urge to buy it usually just evaporates after a day. And step 3, if tomorrow rolls around, you still really want it and it fits your budget, go ahead and get it. It's basically a pause button between the impulse and your wallet.
Also, rule of thumb, never ever buy the first product you see. Make it a hardwired habit to compare prices. Do a quick search, fire up those cashback apps, and hunt for coupons. Taking just 5 extra minutes to poke around before you click buy can easily save you hundreds over a year. It's all about switching from being a passive spender to an active, intentional consumer.
And that brings us to our final phase, Section 5, Grow Your Lasting Wealth, Building the Long-Term Engine.
Up until now, everything we've talked about has been focused on saving money. But to really fire up that long-term engine, you have to take those saved dollars and turn them into compounding wealth that literally makes you money while you sleep. And the biggest trap to avoid here is lifestyle inflation. Check this out. When a raise comes in, the poor habit is instantly upgrading your car, your apartment, or your clothes. But the wealthy habit? Taking that extra cash and dumping it straight into savings and investments. Keeping your lifestyle costs flat while your income goes up is, hands down, the fastest way to build lasting wealth.
Which brings us to the holy grail of financial freedom, compound growth. Like our source material hammers home, saving money is really only half the battle. You've got to make your money sweat for you by investing it consistently in diversified long-term assets that match your comfort level. The sooner you start investing what you've saved, the more explosive that compound growth becomes. Essentially, your money starts out there earning its own money.
So, as we wrap up this explainer today, I want to leave you with one simple question. Which habit are you going to start today? You absolutely don't need a 6-figure salary to rewrite your financial destiny. You just need to start making slightly different choices. Pick just one tip we talked about, master it, then stack another one on top. The math behind wealth is actually really simple, but the behavior, that's entirely up to you. Thanks for hanging out and learning with me today. Now go build that wealth engine.